forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Join me in the saying of the four-way tent. Say or do.
First is the truth. Second is the care to all concerned. Third will build goodwill and better friendship. Fourth will be beneficial to all concerned.
That's like a treasure hunt. I need to start looking before the meeting starts so I know where to go. Okay, thank you guys for covering Ashley, Sharon, for taking charge last week. I appreciate that. That was short notice, but I appreciate it. I do have Joni, Sharon. I know you guys have been on. I finally made contact with Crystal Martin.
I actually spoke to Brittany. Thank you.
I called her yesterday.
Yeah,
I went straight to the source.
Well, I did too. I called her and I couldn't get her, and then I called her and she called me back, and so everything's up.
And Josh, Brittany did email us on December 9th to make Katrina the main member of that corporate. Was that, do we know? I went back through because she said she thought she had emailed us. Okay. So Katrina is going to be the main member because somehow they like to pay out of whatever group she's in, her position. Brittany is not leaving us. There was some miscommunication.
Great.
Oh, I'm
She
telling you.
is still a member. Katrina, of course, will be the main member. Shelley Thomas will remain a member, and Crystal Martin is replacing Stacy Estep, who sent the resignation in a month or so ago. I remember getting that email too. I have spoke with Crystal. She wasn't sure if she would be able to join us today. I forwarded her the Mount Breezes and the corporate application. So we're actually in full swing here with getting that member added.
Thank you.
Brittany did mention the possibility of going ahead and doing our second donation to Well Springs. So I don't know if you want me to contact Shelley again. She didn't better. So I will contact Shelley, send out a link, see if she wants to do that. And did end up making a donation to the Night to Shine because that is coming up. I know we talked about it, but I don't know that it went
we approved it, but
further than that. And that popped into my head last night when I couldn't sleep for some reason. Maybe that's why I needed to be awake. I just keep thinking during those hours.
You know, that's what I remember thinking.
Yeah. I wake up out of a deep sleep sometime and think, why did I just think of that?
And then I can't. That's what I think about,
Yes.
so that I won't forget it in the morning.
Yep. Right.
Go figure.
It kind of takes over, you know. That is what, February 19th? Is that what I'm thinking? Maybe it's the date.
Are we volunteering for that?
I don't know if they still need volunteers. We can get you in touch with the gentleman maybe and see, because they're doing like the drive through type things.
did you see the thing I put it on Facebook that the health department's looking for volunteers for COVID?
Friday?
No, for you on out, for year on out, different things that they do when they do vaccinations or when they do tests.
Oh, no, I did not see
They're
that.
looking for volunteers.
I saw it. I just thought I understood it was for Friday, just that Friday.
No, it's not just, it goes on all over. Yeah, I think I shared it to her.
I know I got the letter. I
I think it's on our Rotary page. Let's see.
While she's looking for that, Madam President, do we know if Marshall County seatbelt thing is still this weekend?
I do not know.
It still says on their Facebook page, it's Sunday at 10.
Because I know that a lot of us were planning on working it, but
Yeah.
But now with what's going
Well, and
on, I don't know the details on how they're going about
I
it.
know, and I hate to do it now because, like, there's no height now. Are they just gonna do, I don't know, I guess we should, I don't know how to check with them, because you can't get hold of them.
Unless you call Tom Cook directly.
It still can't get hold of him, when I tried, I couldn't get him either.
You must not have a secret touch.
I do not.
Okay, I called him a few weeks ago in regards to a situation. I had to leave a message, but he ended up calling.
Did he?
me back.
I know one of the ladies that work hard with you, so I will get on her.
I'm just kind of curious because, I mean, I have a friend that's dying.
What's that?
So I'm gonna just knock on.
All right.
He owes me a couple
I'll find that out.
There you go.
of times. What am I
Okay,
finding
I'm
out?
almost there.
What was,
Okay, here
Go
we
ahead.
go. You guys ready? Marshall County Health Department is looking to expand our volunteer list to assist with COVID-19 vaccine clinics over the next 6 to 12 months. We need medical licensed RN, LPN, MA, paramedics, and unlicensed personnel to help with clinics. Creating a large volunteer force will provide the required support to conduct large COVID-19 vaccine clinics to help better serve our citizens of Marshall County. Please register, and then you go to the health department, there's a place where you register.
So it is for the code.
It's for a whole year, so it might be good if some Rotarians, if anybody's able to.
I could give animal shots. I could give a person a shot.
I don't think they'll have you shooting me, right?
you wouldn't be doing the paperwork.
Well, there are some that I might say, can I give it to them?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, I did that
I
person.
think
This is
they
mine.
would-
Let me give the shot.
I think they would have us do it like
Could be much different.
Yesterday to make phone calls to remind those who are eligible for their second round. And then I'm volunteering again tomorrow for the group that's coming in.
Awesome, so we got Lonnie, we need two
Okay.
more to count as.
Oh, God bless you.
But I
I'm gonna go
can't,
on
I
and
can't
volunteer
commit
and
to
just-
doing
let me
that all
see
the
what-
time,
Yeah.
but
What's the group that's getting their second shot?
the group that received their first shot a month ago.
That was like the old.
Yes, those
Because my
80 and
in-laws-
over.
Yeah.
So did they get a call then?
I don't know if they got like.
I was just gonna say, you're fine.
Okay, so do you want to check what we were talking about was the seatbelt thing for this weekend? And if they still need, because when it first started, a lot of us could volunteer.
I think they need people tomorrow.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure
This-
they do.
okay,
But I'm volunteering tomorrow.
okay,
Well, tomorrow they're just testing.
yes.
Friday they're giving vaccines.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Friday. Friday they really need that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Thursday
thinking-
they're
And then
testing.
Sunday is the
Yeah.
seatbelt.
Friday
Okay.
the vaccines and Sunday I believe is the vaccine. Or the seatbelt. And I've got a friend that wants it, but I haven't said much more to her because
Right.
I don't know if she will go in
Mhm.
due to COVID, but then I need to get the paperwork so that I can have,
Yeah,
just to
Yeah,
put
so
the
Cody,
little-
find out all the details on that. And if we're gonna do it again, okay.
okay,
Because, yeah, I have two that wanted, but they've not filled the stuff out.
yeah, and I don't
Because
know,
we stopped everything.
I don't know if my cousin sent in the one that I talked about from Green
Right.
County that has the nonverbal.
Yeah. And I don't even know if the paperwork even went out. If we
Yeah.
had a
True.
copy of it to give to somebody.
I mailed Joanne hers, so I don't know if it was mailed back in.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even,
That's been months and months ago.
I didn't even
so-
get a copy of them. Because if
Okay.
I had that, I could get, I could take care of,
Let me,
Yeah.
let me look back through the stuff from the previous meetings.
Yeah.
I may have a copy of
Huh.
it in there, but I may not either. So,
shame on you.
or it may be missing in action.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. And if you guys, if we do get enough volunteers for the Friday vaccination or anything like that, please let me know because I can document that in DACDB as a volunteer project for us so we can actually get like credit or whatever you want to call it. And any of this stuff, if you want it in the newsletter, please send it to me so that way I can add it in there. I try to keep track during the meetings, but you guys have probably seen my dog driving me insane. I don't catch everything. So just send me anything. It's my email's in the newsletter and everything. So if you'd like to see it in the newsletter, just send that on to me.
So, our membership. And I looked up, like, people that we've lost have been, I guess we lost 3 in 1 week.
Oh, did we leave?
We did, well, Sam's no longer with them.
Right, I knew that.
And then Paula or Patty, one of them resigned, and they travel over the fair. So, yeah, so we lost them, right, Josh? We lost all 3 of them, right?
I know Sam, of course, Patty, yes. Paula, she may still be active out there.
Okay, I'll bet she'll,
Yeah, probably younger than me. I just seen her last week, actually.
yeah, I'm not, because I'm not sure they're coming to Moundsville, is the thing.
Who's this?
Harvey Goodwin.
Oh,
So,
They
and it,
invited Paula last time, this past quarter.
okay, Paul and Patty
Paul and
Hoskins.
Yes, that is in Whisper.
Okay,
So Paula's still hanging in there.
so, and we lost, Stacy from, we're losing her from West Banco. There was somebody else that was corporate we lost. Who did we lose that was corporate?
Yeah, but Chris was taking her. Chris was replacing her.
Well, yeah, but right now, we're low.
United, we were us, Greta Swan,
That's right,
and
and Jared,
Jared.
Oh, we
somebody
lost
knows
both of them?
yeah.
Well, Greta
Retired.
retired.
Greta retired, right,
Jared left.
and Jared took over her position, and Jared left?
Oh, I thought you did.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
think,
don't know.
no, he was supposed
I
to
don't
take over Greta's, unless he didn't. But, and he's got a new baby, so, what's that?
We have,
Heather Martin?
Yeah.
Is she at United?
Yeah.
Okay,
she's already United.
Used to be my friend.
that's right. I was thinking she
Okay,
still
I was
around.
thinking that too.
But we need to pick up a couple more United people. But anyway, so corporate memberships can really be great, or they can be not. That doesn't happen very often now. And again, in COVID, things are different.
Okay, this is coming from a few meetings back. Did anyone approach the new, I know we talked about it, and I don't know which one, the new hotel?
That was supposed to be my homework for the weekend, but
Ash,
my dog died, so I have had a really rough
You're off the
time.
book.
I will,
I understand.
oh, I just got the video uploaded from last night, from last week's meeting. I'm just a little
I
delayed.
just didn't know if anybody had said
Yeah.
yes, they would or no.
I will happily reach out to every new like on our page and welcome them.
Okay. Yes, Ashley, that's not.
I think the
I was
GM's
there a
name
month
is
ago.
Tara.
They've been up.
Anybody have anything?
So,
Cody, you want to talk? Okay, go ahead, Josh.
I have one thing whenever everyone's ready. I can't see everyone.
Okay, hang on a minute, Josh.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back.
We only, she's the only one I see.
Tonight to shine, we did really good other.
It's really used to
That's what Stacy, you said you were going to call that Janet.
I just need to know where to send the check to.
Yeah, I can get a hold of Janet.
You can send me that.
I think. Yeah, show me.
Last week. Oh. I have those numbers.
I think we're talking about that.
I think February 10th,
Okay.
there was an open meeting, so we scheduled our next brainstorming session, and I think the main topic was going to be just different juice structures, just to see, options. And
Just being on the ball.
by the way, Josh, we do have Dorothy with us. We have Brianna. Is it Carol Miller?
Yes, Carol.
And Carol Miller.
Go ahead, Brianna, you're on.
Okay, just as we were talking about membership, Katrina Bonar is actually in the process of sending a little infographic out to the Echo and to the Moundsville Chamber of Commerce, just about membership. If anyone's interested in joining a service-based organization with like-minded individuals. The contact information I listed as Ashley, since she's our president-elect. And that's gone out on Facebook this morning too. So if anyone wants to share that or acknowledge it or anything like that, that is out in the open in the community. or just direct them to the Facebook page. I think that works as well. But I just have the same contact person listed all throughout, just so that way, hopefully it all comes to one person or at least one source. And that's it.
Anything else before we go to our guest speaker? Okay, if not, Sarah, Ashley, would you like to introduce her or? Okay, Sarah, I guess you are on. We're ready to listen.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Wood, and I see some familiar faces. I'm not able to see all of you, but I have presented at Rotary before when I was with the Marshall County Family Resource Network. I am a native of Marshall County, and I live in Moundsville. So today I am here to present information to you about Jobs and Hope, West Virginia. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let's see if it'll let me do the slides here. So Jobs and Hope West Virginia was a program created in 2019 by Governor Justice and the West Virginia legislature, and it was created to battle the substance use disorder crisis in our state. So before getting into the specifics of the program, I wanted to share with you some statistics, nationwide statistics, and then statewide statistics as well. So unfortunately, COVID has not had a positive impact on those that are struggling with a substance use disorder. We were seeing some optimistic statistics from 2017 to 2018, but unfortunately, looking at the 12-month period from July to May of 2020, we saw 81,000 drug overdose deaths in the United States. And this was the highest number of overdose deaths ever recorded in a 12-month period. This was an 18.2% increase from the previous 12 months. And the United States makes up only 4.6% of the world's population, but we consume 80% of its opioids. Looking at statewide statistics, and the latest data is from 2018. It has not been released for 19 and 20 yet, unfortunately. But West Virginia providers wrote 69.3 opioid prescriptions for every 100 persons. And this is compared to the US average of 51.4 prescriptions. So we are the state with not only the highest number of overdose deaths, but also the highest number of opioid prescriptions being written. So if you look at the statistics for 2018 also, when we're talking about drug overdose deaths, we had 51.5 per 100,000. And again, that is the #1 rate in the United States. So I did want to draw your attention down here where it says data dashboard. I'm not going to open that because it takes a while to load, but I can send the link out to everyone if you're interested in learning more. The Office of West Virginia Drug Control Policy has created a dashboard where you can look at all of this data. It breaks it down by month. It breaks it down by county, so you can look specifically for Marshall County. It breaks it down by the type of drugs that were present in the overdose, whether Narcan was used, whether that individual was transported to a treatment center, whether they were in the ER after. So it is some really great data to look at if you would like to learn more. Another important number to know is our labor participation rate. And I took the 2019 rate, so it wasn't skewed by COVID. Our labor force participation rate in the state is 55.1%. And that is due to a variety of reasons, but our opioid and drug epidemic in the state does contribute to this lower labor force participation rate. So the return to use rate for individuals that are struggling with a substance use problem is 40 to 60%. However, 2 pillars of the Jobs and Hope program, 1 is education and training, and 2 is gainful employment. And both of those things are shown to reduce return to use rates and reduce recidivism when we're looking at the prison system. So again, this program was established in 2019 by Governor Justice and the legislature, and our primary goal is putting West Virginians to work by providing quality education and training opportunities and assisting participants in reducing barriers to access employment and education. So the target population of our program is individuals that are in recovery, but we work with individuals that are coming out of incarceration, individuals that have lost their job and are looking to retrain. So we will work with any individual that has a tangible barrier. And when I say barrier, that can be a variety of things. That's personal to each individual that we work with. So a barrier can be that you have a criminal record. It can be that you have a lack of access to transportation. It can be you are missing vital documents. You are struggling with your mental health. You do not have a support system. You are working on getting your driver's license reinstated. So it is a wide variety of barriers that we are able to work with individuals. So Jobs and Hope has 21 transition agents across the state, and I am a transition agent. Our region is Hancock through Tyler County. So I work specifically with individuals from Marshall, Wetzel, and Tyler counties, and my colleague Kelly Pizzaferrato works with referrals and individuals in Hancock, Brooke, and Ohio counties. And out of the 3 counties that I work with, I've only been in this position since November 30th. When looking at my referrals, 65% of my referrals come from Marshall County. So Marshall County in this region is one of our highest need counties for this program. So what transition agents do is we connect our participants to the many resources available in our area. So we help them navigate the process of reentry if they're in recovery, if they are coming out of incarceration. There can be a lot of barriers that an individual has, and that can be very overwhelming to people. You might have lost your support system while you were in recovery. You might not have family that are able and willing to walk you through these processes. So we walk hand in hand with individuals on helping them reduce whatever their personal barriers are to education, training, and gainful employment. And we have a variety of statewide partners that help us do this as well. So we often get the question, how are we funded? So the funding for Jobs and Hope comes annually through the state legislative budget. Now, transition agent employment falls under the West Virginia Department of Education. There are some eligibility criteria, and they're all listed here. You just have to be 18 years of older, a resident of West Virginia. Employment has to be your long-term goal. You have to have a barrier to employment, and we discussed those barriers a few slides earlier, and again, those are different for every individual. You have to be identified as ready for career training or job placement. You have to be committed to maintaining your recovery if you are in recovery. Again, that is not a requirement for the program, but many of our individuals are in recovery. And to be enrolled, you have to have a negative drug screen. So also enrollment, we do require them to provide negative drug screens once a month on enrollment. So we have a variety of supportive services that we're able to assist our participants with. We do ask that individuals be compliant in the program for 30 days before referring to a lot of the supportive services. We want to make sure that individuals are at a place in their life where they are ready for the program and they are interested in education and training or career employment. And when I say career employment, what we're talking about is jobs that have benefits full-time that are above minimum wage. So we have a variety of supportive services. One large barrier, especially in our area, is transportation. We do not have a great public transportation system in West Virginia, and a lot of our participants, they're working on getting their driver's license back, or they have their driver's license, but they do not have a reliable means of transportation to get to work. So for our participants, we have a partnership with an organization called Motive Care, used to be Logistic Care, if you're familiar with them. And for compliant participants, we are able to schedule rides to and from work for the individual and until they are able to get stable transportation on their own. So they will pick them up at home, take them to work. And then again, in the afternoon or evening, whenever they are off work, we are able to schedule rides to doctor's appointments for individuals, interviews, anything that they would need education, training, and employment-wise. We do also have opportunities for dental and vision for our participants. West Virginia Medicaid did just pass in January, where individuals that are on Medicaid are able to get $1,000 of dental. So our dental supplements that. We are able to do $3,000 in preventative and restorative dental services for our participants. So we do ask that they exhaust all of their Medicaid first before delving into our dental program. And our vision covers 1 pair of glasses and an eye exam for our participants. And this is through the pre-employment program. They have added Jobs and Hope participants to this program. We do offer childcare assistance. That is another huge issue in our area. So this is a partnership with the Childcare Resource Center. So to be eligible for that childcare credit, individuals have to fall under a certain income level. And some of our participants that are employed do not fall under that level. So the Childcare Resource Center has worked with us to allow our participants to have a little larger of an income threshold and still be able to utilize those services. We have a partnership with Legal Aid West Virginia. We have a legal aid attorney that works directly with our participants on issues that they may have, ranging in if they are eligible for expungement, walking them through that process, if they are looking to have their driver's license reinstated and need help with that situation, to child custody questions, and a variety of other legal issues. We have a network of peer recovery support specialists we work with. One of the first questions that we ask individuals in the intake is if they need some more support in their recovery. So these are individuals that will meet regularly to talk about peer recovery and how to maintain that. We have a partnership with Catholic Charities West Virginia as well, and they have some Jobs and Hope funding from the state, and this is for emergency circumstances. So before we utilize any of these supportive services, we do not want to duplicate anything. We realize we have a lot of existing resources in our community. We ask our participants to exhaust all of the existing resources and avenues that they can before we go into these supportive services. So Catholic Charities has funded things, for example, like we were able to get a laptop for an individual that was attending West Virginia Northern that didn't have access to one. Some car repairs for an individual that already had employment, but had some minor car repairs that he wasn't able to pay for at the time that we were able to assist with. When an individual first gets a job, if they do not have clothing that is appropriate for the job, they've been able to assist with some clothing like that. So it is on an emergency needed basis that we are able to use those funds. We also have very strong partnerships with the West Virginia National Guard. They do a very popular training for our participants that is a heavy equipment training. And a lot of the participants that I work with are interested in getting in the trades in our area. So this is a 6-week program. It's free to our participants. They stay at Camp Dawson for free, and they leave with a certification in heavy equipment training, which is something that really gives them a leg up when they're trying to get into a trade field in our area. The Contractors Association comes in at the end of that and will interview our participants right there. And there have been some hired on the spot, which has been really great. They also do a landscaping training for us and are willing to schedule trainings that meet the need of the industries in our area. So we're able to get our participants employed. We have a strong partnership with West Virginia Northern Community College, specifically for the Northern region, and other community colleges in the area for our participants that are interested in going back to school. We're able to help them through that process. Some of our participants are currently working on their GED and task test with adult education. So we have people coming from every background, every level of education, and we meet them where they're at. Some are ready to go directly into training, and some need to work on their GED first, need to work with adult education on some basic computer skills. So we will assist with whatever level that they're at this point. We have a partnership with the DMV for a driver's license reinstatement program. And that's a little bit of an in-depth process, so I won't explain that all right here, but I can if anyone's interested in learning more. And we're in the workforce is in the realm right now of hiring career specialists that will work directly with Jobs and Hope participants. So after they get whatever education and training they're interested in, they will help directly in the job placement process. And again, why do we do all these things? Because our state has a huge crisis on our hands, and we have for years, with substance use. And education and training and gainful employment, as I said earlier, those are two things that are proven to reduce return to use rates and to reduce recidivism and people going back to jail. Again, and I spoke about the drug screening earlier. So if an individual receives a positive test, they are not just automatically kicked out of the program. If they do receive a positive screen, they must be willing to participate or re-enter a treatment and recovery program and wait a period of time before they are able to come back and participate with Jobs and Hope. Job placement. So one thing that I recently did is I reached out to Scott Rieger at the Chamber of Commerce. One thing that we struggle with is our participants that have criminal backgrounds, specifically felonies. Understanding which employers are willing to give individuals a second chance. So we're working to identify second chance employers. There are quite a few resources out there for organizations that are willing to hire what are considered at-risk participants. There are paid work experience opportunities through Workforce West Virginia. Those are called transitional employment and on-the-job training. Transitional employment is for those individuals that need to develop that basic level of training to put on a resume. They have not had much work experience before. This actually pays 100% of that worker's salaries for 3 months through Workforce West Virginia. On-the-job training is up to 6 months, and they pay a portion of that individual's salaries. And this is a training program that ideally the individual is going to be hired on after that 6 months. But those are opportunities for employers that are interested in being part of this solution. There's also a work opportunity tax credit that businesses are, it's a federal tax credit businesses are able to take advantage of for hiring what are considered second chance individuals. There's also a program called a federal bonding voucher. And this is basically an insurance policy. And again, it is a federal program. So if something were to happen on the job, if an individual would return to use, if something would occur, this is basically an insurance policy that covers up to $5,000 if anything, that would happen while this individual was employed. So I think there are a lot of incentives for hiring individuals that do have a criminal background in their past that a lot of businesses might not be aware of. So we're trying to get the word out that these opportunities exist as well, because it takes nonprofits, it takes government, it takes businesses, it takes all of us to be able to help address the substance use crisis in our state. And I have, some people say, oh, I don't know anyone that's been affected by this. It doesn't affect me, so why should I care? And I think everyone should care about this issue because it affects our state as a whole. We cannot continue to develop as a community in a state if such a large population of individuals in our community are struggling with these sort of issues. And here are just some information on where I got my sources. And if you'd like me to send out this PowerPoint, I can send it to Brianna and she can share it with you so you can click on the links and learn more. If you know of an individual that you think would be appropriate for this program, you can refer them. Let me see if I put my contact information here. This is my contact information and Kelly's. So you can email us or call us. These are our work cell phones and refer an individual. They do not have to be referred from an organization. They can, but they can self-refer or be referred by a family member, a friend. I think most of us know someone that could benefit from this program and has struggled with substance use or has any barrier to employment that they need some assistance with. So please feel free to reach out if you would like to learn more or if you know anyone that would benefit from this program. And I do want to open it up to see if anyone has questions at this time.
Good job.
You threw a lot of information out there.
I know it's a lot of information. There are a lot of parts to the program and it's not easy to just explain in a few minutes. So that's what I tell participants when I explain the program too. I say, take a few days, digest this information, see if it's something that you think you would like to move forward with, because this is just a small snippet of what we're able to assist with.
Can you tell us one of your, and I'm asking this because I know that you have success stories already. Can you tell us one of your success stories? Like, because I know this is like a new job to you. So like, what's been the most meaningful thing felt like you've done so far?
It is a new job. So like I said, I just started November 30th, But I do have one success story. So we have a partnership with Pepsi, and Pepsi is willing to look at our participants' applications regardless of what they have on their background. They will not look at them if it's any sort of violent or sexual crime, but if they've had a problem with substance use in the past and have been incarcerated for it, they are willing to look at those applications. And I have a participant who has struggled with substance use issues for probably about the past 15 years, and he has been doing very well, but just struggling to find employment. And he's been through treatment, doing everything that he's supposed to be doing. And he just got hired on with Pepsi for $16.34 an hour. And we are thrilled about it. It is part-time because he's going to be attending a chemical operating program at the Washington County Career Center. Ultimately, he wants to be a chemical operator at a plant. And we were both thrilled. He was thrilled. I felt like I got a job at Pepsi. I was so excited. So the stories like that are, people can recover from this. And we have many stories to show that they can. We have several participants right now of Kelly's that are entering West Virginia Northern for welding for their new substance abuse technician program. So we have a lot of success stories. Not everyone is successful, obviously, but the good have outweighed the bad so far. Thank you, Brianna.
I do have a question. That's great. And Sarah, you may have told us this, and I apologize if I ask you to repeat yourself, but how long has this program been in place? And what's your average people currently that you have right now that you're helping?
So it started in 2019. So it is still new, in terms of its program life. And it's continually evolving. So we're adding new partnerships and new opportunities. So the next time I come and speak, I might have brand new information for you of some new partnerships that we've developed. But in terms of my caseload, and again, I just started. So far I have had about 30 referrals for my 3 counties. And not all of the referrals decide to go forward with the program. So it is a process of some paperwork they have to fill out, an intake. We do a job development plan to identify what their short-term and long-term goals are and how we can work towards achieving those. And then they're officially enrolled when we get all of that completed and the negative drug screen returned.
Sarah, this is Bonnie.
Hello.
How do individuals learn about your program and get involved?
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear Bonnie.
How do individuals learn about the program that you have to offer?
So most nonprofits, treatment providers, the FRNs, probation, and drug courts are aware of the program. We get a lot of referrals from organizations, but also word of mouth. So exactly what I'm doing right now. So I'm willing to come and present to any group and organization. I think the information is pretty well saturated through the judicial system in the Northern Regional Jail and nonprofits, but I have been reaching out to different civic groups, city councils, the county commission, because as I said, I think everyone knows someone that could benefit from this program. And it is not only nonprofits that know individuals to refer. So I just want to saturate the information as far and wide as we can to be able to help as many individuals that could benefit from this. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, can you send the PowerPoint to Brianna?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe
Yeah.
put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, I'll put it, I don't know if I can share a PowerPoint on Facebook, but I'll at least send it out in our, I can put it in a P-mail and I'll figure out some way to get it on Facebook.
Brianna, I have 2 flyers that show just a general overview of the program and the supportive services. So if that is something you wanted to share on Facebook, I can send you those too.
Yes, I was gonna text you after this and tell you everything I needed, so.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're in trouble now, Sarah.
Oh, I'm used to working with Brianna, so I know.
Sarah, this is Rhonda from Unified Bank. What is your age range for people that go into the program? Are they all young or does it vary?
Most of them are young. I will say the ones that I have been referred, most are on the younger side. I think the oldest individual I had was 60. He was a referral. He did not move through with the program, but most everyone is under the age of 40 that I am referred. And that goes along with the statistics of the opioid epidemic in the state. The highest rate of individuals that are using is 30 to 39. So I'm seeing things along with that statistics. I see a lot of people in their 20s though as well. I have my youngest participant is 19. You have to be 18 years or older to be in the program, but my youngest is 19.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Well, thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate being able to join by Zoom. Unfortunately, I was exposed to someone that tested positive for COVID last week, so I got a test and I'm quarantining and still waiting my results, so it worked out perfectly to be able to join you all by Zoom.
We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much. And I will send all of that information to Brianna.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ashley, if you don't mind, will you tell me or like move the camera around so I can see who all's there? I think I have everyone, but I just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone.
We have Joni, Bonnie, Madam President. We have Rhonda, Nan, Cody back there hiding. You probably didn't get him. He's hiding in the corner.
I did actually because I saw the hat.
Ah. We have Sharon, Linda, myself, and Josh.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Hi,
Yeah.
Carol. We missed you, Carol.
Okay, does anything else have somebody that they need to talk about? Is there anything else we need to discuss for the benefit of the club? Seatbelt day is canceled till spring.
Well, thanks, Katie.
What's canceled? The seatbelt. the Marshall County-
Sundays, yeah.
Seatbelt distribution. I just need to go back. It's canceled for Sunday. Okay. Do you guys out there in Zoom land have anything? Nope. Okay. Well, thank you for
Yeah,
joining us.
Dorothy.
and Meeting adjourned.
That was great.
That was great.
Hi.
Oh.